So I'm going to try and explain in this video the investigation I've been going through with these three batteries. This is a 2.6 amp hour battery, 40 volts. This is its cousin, a 4 amp hour 40 volt battery, and it's not working. These diodes have blown, and this is a working version of the same battery. By working, I mean it charges and discharges. I've been using my multimeter with continuity settings, so switch to ohms and switch to buzzer, so that buzzes. And you've got to be very careful. You're not going to short the battery because it's 40 volts. So I'm just testing that one, but that's the wrong way round, so I'll switch my probes. Just make sure we test both ways. And that makes sure that's a diode and that's working. And then again, being careful not to hit things. Right, so they're definitely diodes. I can just double check by turning that around again, and it shouldn't. Okay, so they're diodes, and I know that these ones don't go. Whichever way I try to turn these probes. So those are blown, and I can test that one, and that's blown as well. What are they? This is an RS3M. So if you look up S3M, you find on the internet that is a standard recovery diode. And then this code here is C841BFX. And if you Google that, you get nothing, not a single hit. So that's a bit of a pain, because I'm not entirely sure that these are the same designs of BMSs, but I'm willing to guess that they're quite adjacent. But there are some differences. This plane here is in series, so that standard recovery diode goes into that diode, and it's one straight line. Whereas on this board here, this ground plane goes into this one, and it also goes in parallel into, well, the one that's missing, and they are switched around. So that was the standard recovery diode, and when I look it up, it's a SMCJ48CA. When you look up that's a little fuse Zener diode. So that's something I can get hold of and effect some repairs. I do actually have a few of these BMSs off batteries where the cells have long since defunct. So I might actually have some that I can take off another board before I start buying a stock of replacements. Anyway, I think I've got enough knowledge now from this mini investigation to hopefully try some repairs. I've already used my CB, I don't know if you can see that, 86 Plus, which is a lithium battery charger that charges down the balance taps to bring up all of the cells that had been sort of discharged out of balance back into balance. So it wasn't the disbalance that was causing this one to not charge. It's something to do with these diodes or something else on the board. But you've got to try and isolate problems as you find them, otherwise you get nowhere. So why did I think about these diodes? Well, previously I used to run these 2.6 batteries in series to get 72 volts, really just for practical reasons, not to go any faster, but just so that I didn't have to change batteries as often. Because you've got two in series, you're still getting twice that energy going into your pack. You just use less throttle on your e-bike. But if you use these batteries in series, what tends to happen is these recovery diodes are the weak link. And I think when you come off the throttle, it tended to be, if one pack wasn't as charged as another, then it could induce, these batteries would probably see a bigger swing back of voltage probably, and these would blow off the board, which is what's happened here. And actually, I don't know where it's gone, but if you can see the lid of that, it ended up here in this burnt bit. So that's why I don't bother seriesing these packs anymore. It's just not worth the hassle to try and repair this diode all the time. However, that's not happened with these ones. This one probably just got wet. I tend to put like a sandwich box over these if I'm riding them on the bike, so that they sort of as a splash guard, but sometimes there's just too much rain and they get wet anyway. So I will try and replace this diode with one like this, because I can't get these. I'm pretty sure that's meant to be a Zener, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I've got two of these that are, going to end up just as raw cells unless I try and fix them, and I'd rather they were working as their actual batteries. So that's why I'm going to attempt a bit of surface mount soldering. I've done it before on these. It's the same job, but finding the right part to go on it. Anyway, thank you for watching. I've done this as a series of shorts, and it occurred to me that some people might like a long format ramble, so that's why I'm doing it this way. But hopefully I'll have one of these repaired and I'll release it in the next video, and it'll be a success. If not, I'll tell you it won't be. Alright, thanks for watching.